In the centre, Diamond Luke and Cinema, but it's Diamond Luke doing enough, and Diamond Luke's going to beat Cinema.
Yeah, it was a good first up win, that horse. Well done to the staff here. He first up over a mile. That's always hard for a horse. You have to put a really good base on him to do that. And I thought he was really nice and strong through the line. He was a little bit young when he hit the front, but yeah, he was okay. It's amazing racing, isn't it? Like I really was keen this week. We had Prince Ziggy going to the Traralgon Cup, and the day before his race, he sort of limped out with a sore foot, and then we went all the way down to Warrnambool the other day, and I thought Aloof would be pretty hard to beat, and he actually kicked out in the float and injured his hock, and we had to scratch him. So we drove all the way home with our tail between our legs, and the following day Diamond Luke comes out and wins really well. And even the following day I thought Flat Kappa was a little bit slow out of the gates and sort of worked home really strong, and he was probably a bit stiff not to win as well. So yeah, certainly the ups and downs of racing, we sort of seen it all this week, but anyway, really good result for Diamond Luke. Well done to everybody there. Hopefully he sort of goes on. I might even sort of throw him in the deep end. I think sometimes those sort of horses, those young progressive horses, they can zip through their grades pretty quickly, so we might just throw him in the deep end quickly. Might just take him to town and in a nice little restricted grade race and sort of see where he's at, and you can always lower our sights a little bit later, but I just like first up over a mile, hit the line nice and strong. He's sort of a nice horse, isn't he? Okay, a few horses racing this week that are really interesting. I'm on my way sort of in about an hour's time to Kite, and I'm going to take Miletus up there. Now, I thought he went great first up, and then his second up run was sort of scratching our heads a little bit. He just didn't sort of run home, and I thought he was really plain. So we're throwing a set of blinkers on him. I'm a little bit hesitant always going up in distance with blinkers on. It's always can be a recipe for disaster. They jump out and they over race and they don't finish off. So he's drawn a wide gate, so we're just going to let the speed go, and I think he'll probably be wide for the first bit of the race, and then hopefully he can slot in somewhere and then hit the line nice and hard. But I think he's a really nice horse. And on his first up run I was really keen on him, but his second up run was really poor. So anyway, we'll see how we go today. Okay, now Friday night, go to Moonee Valley. They were finishing these races nice and early, and they've gone back to the late finishes again. So we're in at 10 o'clock on Friday night, which means we get home about 12, 1 o'clock, which is a disaster. But anyway, what you got to do. June Field. Now, we tried June Field to get him over a trip and see how that went, and that didn't work at all. His first up run, he just sort of knocked up a little bit, first up over 1400, and then sort of back to the 1300, and he was fair. Tried him over the 1500 in the Bland Cup, and he just didn't get to the line at all. So we've given him a month between runs, freshened him right up, brought him back to the 1200 metres, and we'll go back to the Valley Friday night. So he's better than this sort of grade. So hopefully he can sort of start to be competitive, and then we can get him back into that winning mode again. But I thought his work was okay through the week, and just keen put Craig Williams back on him, and Craig's won 2 in town on him. So and see what Willow's got to say for it. But yeah, he's a bit disappointing this prep, this horse, because I thought he might have been able to progress through the grades, but I thought he probably needed to run a mile to do that, and we tried him over that distance, he just didn't run it. So back to nice fresh horse and see how he goes Friday night. Saturday, now as I said before, Ziggy had a little bit of a hiccup. Couldn't believe it. His work was great going through the week. I was rapt to go to the Traralgon Cup with him on Sunday, and bloody day before the race he limped out of his box with a bloody sore foot. So anyway, we think we got that cleaned up, and we galloped him this morning. His work was nice and sharp, so hopefully he's okay by Saturday. Hopefully he gets through this gallop this morning well, and we can take him back. Now he's got 62 kilos, which is plenty of pudding, but nice 2,000 metre race at Pakenham. I think the track at Pakenham will suit him. Craig Williams goes on, and I'll be really interested to see what Willow's got to say about him, you know, and hopefully going forward he can give us some sort of direction where we need to be. But I don't think he's badly weighted in this race. He's just got a lot of weight, and with the raised weights at the moment, it seems like a lot of weight, 62 kilos, but he probably is in real term only carrying 60. So he'll go there. What else we got? We'll head off to Stawell. A couple of really nice horses at Stawell. Little filly called Haley's Diva will go first up at Stawell in the 1300 metre race. Had her in at Geelong the other day, but drew barrier 16, so we took her out of there, and she'll go to Stawell. Nice sort of filly. She's probably an above average sort of maiden, so she'll go there and be more than competitive, and hopefully we can find a nice race for her in a couple of weeks if she doesn't win. Same race, I've got a horse called Mauser. He's had a couple of homes, this horse, and he's found his way to our place, which is good. Giving him a couple of good gallops, and he's just a really young in the head. We've thrown some shades on him. It seems to have improved him out of sight. So I gave him a trial set of blinkers on the other day, and he trialled up nice and sharp. So we'll be not mucking around in the races. We'll give him a good kick in the guts coming out of the gates and put him right in the race and see exactly where he is. I expect him to be pretty competitive. I think he's a really nice horse. He just had a start for Hayes early in the piece, and then start for Moody later on, and just looked like a really young horse. And he's probably still a fair way off fully maturing. But hard, these horses, you give them a couple of nice quiet runs and sort of have them hitting the line, and then you end up in a ballot, and that's where he's at. So, we'll see how he goes. Blinkers on first time, and expect him to go pretty well. Both him and Hayley Steve, I expect both those horses to go really well in that same race. Sistine Avenue, had him in at up at Traralgon the other day when I had Ziggy in, and I was sooking up that Ziggy had a sore foot, so I didn't even take him. Dranit owns him himself, so we didn't want to drive all the way to Traralgon just for one runner of our own. So we scratched him out of there, and we'll take him to stall with a couple of other horses this weekend. So he'll be competitive in this sort of grade. He always is. Hopefully he can earn a bit of prize money for the stable. Yeah, a good friend of ours, Craig Robertson. Most people have been in the stable quite a while. I've probably had Robo ride one or two of them, and no doubt he's won on quite a few. He's ridden a heap of winners for us, Robo. He's been a real part of the team. He's one of those sort of jockeys that, with my young horses, I use him a lot, and he comes back and helps me educate them, and certainly gives me good feedback as far as going forward for their careers. So Robo had a bit of a tumble a while ago and hurt his shoulder, and I was speaking to him the other day, and we quite often had so many owners say, how's Robo going, or when's he coming back riding, etc. So I just got Robo to send everybody a bit of a message, and here's a little note from Robo to let us know all exactly about his comeback to race riding.
Hi guys, hope you're all well. Hope you've got through this terrible time we've been in. Just thought I'd give you a bit, I was talking to Jamie the other day, and I thought I'd give you a bit of an update on what's going on and where I've been. September last year I had went to the Bendigo jump outs and come off one and sort of bugged my shoulder up a fair amount. I tore the tendon that connects your bicep muscle, and done the rotator cuff and a tendon at the back of the shoulder. So I had to have it operated on and have the tendon reattached. And they told me sort of it's going to be, good close to 12 months injury. So it's been a little bit longer than that, but had a few little complications with it along the way. Back riding track work now, so building up the strength in the shoulder, hoping that starting to go the right way now, hoping towards the end of the year, early new year. If it's before that, it'd be a bonus, but that's where I'm sort of probably looking. And so I really look forward to seeing everyone back at the races and riding plenty of winners, and hopefully that in the new year that we can have a lot of winners together, and just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. So all the best, guys.
Hey guys, I thought I'd give you another update on how I've been travelling. On Tuesday I went up to Flemington to do a fitness test for the apprenticeship. So there was 13 of us going to do that. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks they're going to let us know of the people they're taking through, and hopefully that in February, if I get through, I can start apprentice school and get the official trials over and done with and start race riding next year. So it's all starting to come together now, and it's not much longer I have to wait, but yeah, so hopefully it all comes nice and soon, and we can start watching me race ride next year. But hope everyone's doing well and can start getting back to the races now since they're allowing people. But yeah, so I thought I'll give you guys another update, and I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Great news as owners can come back to the farm or come back to the races soon. Certainly after Friday, we're allowed to have people come back to the farm. We've already had a couple of owners sort of ring up, wanting to come and look at their horses, which is great news. And hopefully over the next month or so, people can sort of start getting back to the races. I see Flemington's going to have 500 people at the races next week, so that's a really good sort of move going forward. Hopefully by Christmas time, everyone can get back to the races and enjoy certainly the little country cups. I think it's really important. That's sort of a bit of a once a year sort of thing for a lot of people, and can get back to the races and start enjoying themselves. And certainly our club, we do a lot of racing around the bush in those country cups, and we sort of tend to target them a little bit. And it's a real day out and the whole thing for most of our owners. So anyway, that's all good. What else? A couple of horses trial that'll go back to the races. Mr. Mofeed, One Penny Red, little first starter, typically brazen. They all trialled up pretty good at Colac on Wednesday, so they're all ready to go next week. And a couple of nice sort of chances this week. So hopefully coming into Christmas period, we can get a bit of momentum up and the stable can start firing, and really looking forward to the whole new year. Until next week, See you later. Actually see it. It's now on the viewfinder itself. The spider just climbed up on there. I can, don't move, don't move. Look, here's the spider here. There's the web. So we won't be mucking around with him on Saturday, give him a good kick in the guts, put him into the race and see exactly where he is as far as where he's going to be.